Australian Accounting for Migration Series. Successful Accounting for 163 to 892 clients. Video 2. Overview of the Nitty Gritties. In Video 1, we discussed the correct strategy and execution on the successful accounting for 163 to 892 clients. Now, I would like to discuss details on how to meet the accounting requirements for an intending 892 applicant. Before going into details of the 892 application, I believe it is a good idea to look at the various requirements in an overview manner. Detailed discussion on each requirement will be the subject of subsequent videos. I'm planning to produce a total of 8 videos in this series, and I'm hoping that through the videos, viewers will have a reasonably good understanding on how to successfully handle the accounting functions for 163 visa holders applying for permanent residency under subclass 892. Again, I must stress that I'm not a registered migration agent, and applicants needing migration consultation should seek the advice of a registered agent. As explained in Video 1, I'm going to limit my comments in this series to the accounting perspectives. Provision on subclass 892, including detailed requirements, can be found in the latest edition of the migration regulations. For the purpose of demonstration in this series, I have summarized them as follows. Number 1. Applicant must have conducted his business in Australia for at least 2 years. Number 2. He must have direct and continuous management up to 2 businesses in Australia. Number 3. He must have lodged a minimum of 8 returns of business activity statement. Number 4. His business in Australia must have met business ownership requirements. A. If it is a publicly listed company, at least 10%. If the annual turnover is more than 400,000 Australian dollars, at least 30%. C. If the annual turnover is less than 400,000 Australian dollars, at least 51%. Number 5. Turnover of his qualifying businesses, at least Australian dollars 200,000 throughout the 12 months immediately before application. And number 6. He must also meet at least 2 of the following 3 conditions. A. Net value of his qualifying business must be at least 75,000 Australian dollars throughout the 12 months immediately before application. B. Net value of his personal and business assets must be at least 250,000 Australian dollars throughout the 12 months immediately before application. C. His qualifying business has employed the equivalent of 1 full-time local worker throughout the 12 months immediately before application. A careful examination of the above regulations will indicate that they are in fact quite reasonable and are hardly stringent at all. Despite the relatively low threshold, some 10 to 15% of the 892 applicants still fail in their applications. The reason can partly be traced to the total neglect on the part of the applicants who may have lost interest in adopting Australia as home, and partly due to mismanagement of their business in the execution stage referred to my first video. It is sad to see applicants failing to acquire permanent residency through mismanagement in the execution stage, because 90%, if not 100%, could have secured a positive outcome if only the accountant has maintained regular contacts with the applicant and the migration agent as a routine monitoring process during the 2-year period when the business is in operation. It is my hope in producing this series of videos in suggesting what can be done to ensure eventual success of the 892 application. At this juncture, I would like to repeat what I said in my first video as follows. Number 1, if we are well prepared, we will have no fear of failure. And number 2, the success or failure of the 892 application lies in the execution of our strategic plan. Definition to the various terms given in the above requirements are very often different to the common dictionary meaning of the words. In our effort to ensure success, we must carefully examine the exact meaning of the requirements. To this end, I shall be going through the various requirements and examine them critically against Australian migration regulations, particularly from an accounting point of view, one by one in the following videos. Now, this concludes the contents of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. You're welcome to ask questions and provide constructive comments. Meanwhile, thank you for watching and cheerio.